All right. And we're live.
So far, how have your day been?
Pretty good. Also with the microphone, I just hold it like a mic.
Oh,
like
bet.
It's gonna pick up your voice so much clearer.
Yeah. I got you.
Yep. And we're here. It's a brisk day.
Brisk day in the neighborhood, you know.
My fingers are really cold, dude. Like,
Same.
actually. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's about being melanated, but, like, every single time I go outside and it's under, like, 70 degrees, my fingers are just, like, ice cube time.
It feels unnatural. It's your body telling you that you need to be in the sunlight.
Yep. You need some vitamin D3. Yep. Anyway, this is the lookout. We're here. We're looking out. And we're here with
Onyx, a.k.a. Sir Split Sparker. You know the vibes.
I've known this guy for a minute now. It's been over, what, a year and a half?
Yeah.
Almost 2 years probably now. Dude, time flies. We're getting older and stuff.
It's crazy when you start to think about it. You really don't realize it in a moment, but then when you look at pictures and old videos, you're like, damn, that was 2 years ago?
I'm like, it makes me sad, to be completely honest. I'm like, dang, dude, I'm getting older. But also happy at the same time because I'm like, dang, I've matured. You know what I mean? So, dude, I'm going to talk about some history, man. So, I believe the first time I met you, I probably met you at a different event before this, but was it the Space?
Yeah, shout out to Space on Exchange,
Space on Exchange.
If you know, you know.
Yep. So much talent in that spot. It was crazy. It was an era. If you were there, you only could know if you were there because it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
So I got some questions for you, brother.
What's up?
How did your practice, your early practice, like at the Space on Exchange and other events, help you as an artist now and prepare you to be able to do bigger shows and work with bigger people and be able to like create a bigger, more fleshed out vision for your image and persona as an artist?
First off, I want to shout out the good people at the Space on Exchange, you know what I'm saying, for just opening the doors. I feel like that was one of the first venues in Rochester that allowed me to do my first little pop-up event. That's when we had the first cloud launching experience. And honestly, it was dope. Just like on the business side of it, outside of being an artist, just to have an opportunity, just to have a platform, not only for myself, but, you know, for other artists and stuff like that. And just also coming into it, just meeting so many other different like-minded creatives that, like, you know, I didn't really know personally, but it's crazy how everyone's in the same city and you really walk past people and don't know they're like talented and stuff. So just coming into that community and just that's where I met Fitz. I already knew Ethan and stuff like that. That's where I met Wizardry. Shout out to Wizardry and all those good people and stuff like that. And, you know, just stepping into the community. So it was motivating me because I was like seeing people working in their different fields and platforms and going as hard as I am with the music and stuff. So it's like feeding off each other. So just taking that, moving forward. On the performance side, I feel like those are some of my favorite shows just because the energy there, like you had to be there. Like
there's so much love.
Yeah, it was so much love.
It was crazy. The vibes were insane.
It felt like even if you didn't know anyone there, by the time you left the event, you at least knew half the people at the event. Like, you know, like half of the people felt like you knew them for like a while. So
you should know 20 people just by showing up.
Yeah, just by showing up.
Sick.
You know, you got 20 new friends. So definitely pop out. There's so many dope like venues and like, you know, platforms outside of the ones that I'm throwing that's just been going on. So yeah, definitely if you're in the Rochester area, pop out to any hip hop event, any music event. You will not be disappointed.
Yeah. Speaking of the Cloud Lounge experiences, what date is that coming up?
Tomorrow, actually.
Tomorrow?
Yep.
I'm gonna have to show up when I get out of work.
Word.
I'm gonna be there.
Word.
How late does it go?
It's ending at 11, but we might push it till midnight.
What time does it start?
It starts at 7. And the music gonna start at 8.
Oh, I think I will be able to make it actually.
Word.
Sick. I get out of work at 7.
Word.
I'm about to be there. I'm bringing that camera too.
Yeah.
All right, you guys behind the camera who are the camera, I'm bringing y'all.
Be there, you know what I'm saying? Y'all will get some behind the scenes footage, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Try my hand at event photography.
Word.
But anyway, speaking of the Cloud Lounge experience, you should probably go. By the way, I'm going to make these into shorts so you can post them tonight for promotional purposes. Cloud Lounge experience, show up tomorrow. What's the date? May 10th. May 10th.
Rochester, New York.
Yeah.
Be there.
Bar Bad Ending. Right? Really? Actually?
Yeah, Bar Bad Ending.
Okay, yeah. Bar Bad Ending.
875 Monroe Avenue.
Fantastic. That's where we're at.
Yeah.
Amazing. Who's performing?
You gonna have Avo gracing the stage. He's an amazing hip hop artist, very great storyteller. You know what I'm saying? You gotta see his live performances, hella great energy. You got Tony Wise, he's probably one of the smoothest rappers. He's just dropped a couple projects. You gotta see him live. And then we got Alan the Skywalker. He's kind of like a newer artist. He doesn't have a lot of music out, but he's definitely like an artist that like I'm a fan of personally. He's definitely great. And then you got the team, myself, Kai Onyx. The Birds are paid actors. We got Yogi Berry. We got Loose Leaf Midas. And we're going to have my brother Shua. You know what I'm saying? Also, congratulations to Shua. He just had his baby girl.
Yes.
Shout out to Shua and his family. You know, that's a side note. But yeah, May 10th, make sure y'all pull up.
I've known Shua for like 6 or 7 years.
Yeah, you know, he's definitely a good guy.
Dude, that is one of my favorite people.
Word.
He's always kept the same calm demeanor with everything. He's
For
a very
sure.
mellow guy.
I've never seen him angry.
Yeah,
In
no.
all the years I've known Shua, I've never seen him angry.
I've seen him just like, you know, he'll be like, make a face and be like, like he's disappointed.
Yeah.
Instead of being angry.
Yeah.
I love
I
my
admire
boy.
to be like that. You know,
Yep.
like I need that level of coolness.
Yo, I got a question for you as well.
What's up?
How many songs have you recorded if you were to estimate in your entire, let's say, since when you were like, oh, I can make songs? Like how many times?
Sheesh.
Or how many songs?
I feel like I've never like been asked that question, so it's like I really got to sit and think about this. Like honestly, I'm gonna say like close to like 1,000. I don't know how close or if it's at 1,000, but I'm gonna say it's damn near at 1,000 because I got a bunch of like music out on like different platforms, and then I got a bunch of music on my computer that the world will never see. That's like just, you know, verses, just random ideas and stuff. A bunch of trash songs that I thought were amazing some nights, and then I woke up the next morning and was like,
You're like,
nah.
ugh. But then sometimes when you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh, you give it a week and you're like, oh, I just needed to age a little bit.
Yeah, I just need to age a little bit.
I just needed to like hit it with super fresh ears.
Maybe I really just needed to mix it a little bit.
Yeah,
little stuff like that.
Do you mix your own music?
Yeah, definitely.
What do you use? Like,
I use Reaper. I'm learning how to use Logic and stuff because when I'm going to like different studios, that's usually what engineers have, or like Pro Tools, different stuff like that.
Fuck that. Just sorry. No.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say I'm like the best engineer in the world, but
I
feel
like FL Studio.
I just like FL Studios is definitely dope.
Even recording vocals, like if you know what you're doing, it is confusing to learn how to record vocals. So I understand why people don't do it, but it's like making a beat, but with the vocal. It's so sick.
It's definitely fun. I feel like every artist, even if you're not like your like sole engineer, definitely at least try it because it's like. As a creative, that liberty to be able to just make music whenever you want, you know, outside of going to a studio.
Even BandLab.
Yeah, for real, BandLab, just at any capacity. Like, I could just wake up in the middle of the night and just off inspiration, just go drop a verse and, you know, and yeah, definitely have that tool in your arsenal, for sure.
I got to turn this camera around because it might stop filming at a certain point.
Hey,
hold on.
Shout out to the good scenery, man.
Why is it not? It's gotta. Come on, dude, flip. I'm not tripping. Another roadblock. I'm just living. There we go. All right. Slight intermission. Very slight intermission.
But we still here. We still alive.
Yep. I just wanted to make sure that like sometimes I don't know that like I haven't used this camera that much. This is actually the Plusways camera.
Word.
That's my guy.
Shout out
there.
to Plusways.
Shout
If
out
you
to
know,
Plusways.
you know.
If you know, you know. There's
Very
only one
talented
way.
Man.
Yep. Like he does videography for a bunch of people, and then also I mean he's got his own business too. So he's like busy all the time. So media is number 2, but he does have he's a tech guru. Like he knows what equipment is super good.
Word.
And then also like he's just a wealth of knowledge. If you ask him the right questions, he's fully like okay with telling you whatever you want. He's not a gatekeeper when it comes to the knowledge.
Shout out to him, man. We need more genuine people like him, you know.
I'm borrowing this, but I'm gonna get an R10.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
And shout out to King Will. He's very talented himself. He's very humble, you know, but since we on camera, I want to let y'all know he's probably one of the most talented engineers that I've met, you know, just off the strength. And I'm not saying that because he's right here. I always say it behind his back. And yeah, I just want to let you know.
Thank you, dude.
Yeah.
What I will say is you got the best aesthetic, consistent aesthetic in the town.
I appreciate that.
All of your videos all have a very certain aesthetic.
Word,
and
bro,
it's
I
like
appreciate that.
One of the things as an artist is when they see your work, you want like whatever it is. As soon as they see it, even if you're not in it, to be like, oh, that's this looks like something that this person would make.
Word.
And like that's kind of what you got going on. So
Word.
like anytime I'm scrolling and I see a video, I'm like, is this Aimless Kai or Kai Onyx? I'm like, oh shit, it is.
Word. I appreciate
that's
that.
cool.
Man.
That's important.
That's
as an artist, make sure you got your brand down like that.
I feel like definitely branding and aesthetic is important. That's something I take heavily focus on, just like outside of artistry, just as like a business. Like, you know, I feel like that's something that each artist should just think about their vision of what you want to represent, what you stand for, and what you want people to interpret when they come across whatever product or service you're giving to the world.
That was well said.
Word. Thank you.
Brother. So I got a question. When you're making songs, what do you use? Like, what do you do in your head for your creative process? And then also, how do you format your music in order to get across the message that you want to get across for that specific song?
That's a good question.
Because if you made 1,000 songs, you probably got a little bit of a system.
Yeah, I feel like the first thing I tell myself going into it is I try not to overthink it. I know being human, you know, sometimes it'd be like that. I have those days where I just be overthinking the process, but I try to remind myself just to always have fun with it. And just, I feel like when you come in at it from like a genuine and fun place, it just always feels more natural. So that's kind of the first step. Really, I just be listening to beats and kind of like whatever beats draw to me at the moment. I try to pick like three, like the top three throughout the folder that's speaking to me. And I just cycle through those, kind of just like freestyling, just random stuff. And then once I find like a melody or flow that I like, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna keep this. And then I just build from there.
That's smart.
Kind of thing.
So like have a foundation first and then, start to fill it in with the foundation. I guess the foundation would be the rhythm of like, what's comfortable and what's going to sound good for you specifically.
Sonically, I feel like I'm a writer naturally, so the words always come to me easily. I feel like it was just like me learning music and the more rhythm side of it. That's kind of where I'm still like a student and trying to get better at. So that's kind of where I kind of apply most of my attention. I'm like, the words is easy once you have a feeling or something to say to kind of paint the picture.
That's absolutely true. Also, when you got like, what the heck is it? Like if you have like a strong emotion, that's a good time to, would you say write or like create the foundation? Like if you're feeling something, you got a inspiration, like do you just jump straight into it or do you build that foundation first?
I say definitely just jump straight into it. I like to like make my music in a moment, and that's also why I recommend artists like get their own studio, because like you might have that strike of inspiration in the middle of the night at like 2 a.m. but you might not get to a studio maybe the next day at like 7 p.m. So like, you know, the words in the song is still dope, but it doesn't have that same spirit and energy. And I feel like music is definitely spiritual and like heavily like, you know, deep. So I feel like having that intent and being in that like, you know, present moment is definitely important.
I'm about to lace y'all up.
Word.
So this is my personal mixing setup that I had that did me very well before I upgraded. So this is if you do this at the lowest end of things, you will have a great sound regardless. You get a computer with at least 8 gigabytes of RAM and at least an i5, preferably an i7 processor.
Listen.
Okay. And then you get yourself a Scarlett. You can even get a Solo. And then also the Rode NT1A microphone. That one is, I think, the best budget mic that you can get right now. It's probably in between $250 and $300.
It's not bad.
So for under $1,000, if you already have the computer, under $500, you can have a setup, and it's super easy. And for the most part, you can get all of the plugins that you need online for free. Like, you just got to put in some effort to get it. You know? Go on to Reddit.
They are there.
That's what I'm saying. Go on to Reddit. Yep. If you know, you know.
Can't say too much.
Yep. I'll say it right now. No, I'm not. I'm not going to say it right now. Don't do anything blatantly illegal.
Yeah, don't do anything illegal. But, you know, if you know, you know. And it's definitely easy, accessible. It's not as affordable. And Yogi is approaching in the cut. Shout out to Yogi Berry.
Yogi Berry. Oh, man. And we're here.
We're live.
Dude, come on. Make a, what is it called? A guest appearance?
Yeah, guest appearance, you know what I'm saying? My boy Yogi Berry. Tell him what's going
on. Watching the time here. You got to stand right in between us. Here.
What's good? What's good? Yogi Berry. Stone Uncle at a Cloud Lounge Collective. Yeah, man, you know. What we talking about, fellas?
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for having me.
Good music, good vibes. Just letting them know.
Let's go, my brother. Man, just making some content, you know.
Word.
So what were we talking about? We were talking about, oh yeah, setups. What else is a good setup? Oh, media stuff. How do you do your media?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna let y'all know the sauce, you know what I'm saying? First off, CapCut is free. You know what I'm saying? Some people be trying to shame CapCut. I know all the real super fancy videographers and stuff, they be talking trash about CapCut. Listen, it gets the job done. It's easy, it's accessible. It's like very like, even if you're like a basic and getting into like video editing, it's very easy to learn. They got a bunch of tutorials on YouTube. YouTube University, that's my best friend. Whenever I don't know, it's Google University and YouTube University. I'm gonna tell y'all. But yeah, I use CapCut and pretty much just messing around with stuff on there. I'm definitely getting more into like color grading and understanding, like, you know, messing around with different colors. That's been like my mission for the past couple months this year. So if y'all notice any difference in my videos, that's because I kind of been intentionally messing around with color grading and different stuff like that. I got like a little Sony vlog camera. I'm working on getting my camera equipment better, but you know, whatever gets the job done, you know. And I also be shooting my videos in 24 frames per second.
Interesting.
Instead of 30 frames.
That's interesting.
Per second, because 30 frames per second, I guess, is kind of like how they shoot like vlogs and like, you know, anything you normally see on
like
YouTube.
This, basically.
Yeah, something like this. 24 frames is kind of like cinematic, and that's kind of what the human eye kind of naturally views the world at, and kind of like, so it gives things that natural like cinematic feel type stuff.
I wanted to feel fake. I wanted to feel like it's an AI that made it, but it was real.
Yeah. It gives it like kind of, I'm not gonna say choppy, but it gives it kind of like a I don't know how to explain it. I feel like if you watch a movie, you would kind of understand. Yeah. Yeah, it adds to the aesthetic. So yeah,
maybe I need to start doing that.
That's the sauce. 4K, 24 frames per second. You know what I'm saying? Your iPhone can shoot at that. If you got an iPhone, I know it's in your pocket. CapCut is free. It's in the Apple Store. Tap in.
Yeah. Sorry, just looking at the battery. Also, if you didn't know, I'm sure you actually remember when they banned TikTok.
Yeah.
The ByteDance owns CapCut as well, and I
didn't know till I found out that day. I was heartbroken.
Yeah, when they banned it, TikTok, and then CapCut also got banned. So I have some alternatives for you if you don't want to do that are also free.
Plug
that
them,
are good.
let them know.
DaVinci Resolve.
Fire.
It's pretty good. Adobe Premiere Rush.
Fire.
Clipchamp, and I mean, it says iMovie, but like, if you got all the other stuff, why would you do iMovie? Don't do it.
That's true.
I mean, you can do it, whatever. Why am I hating?
Yeah, I'm like,
however you want to do it, just do it.
I wouldn't, but you know, it's there if you need it. Like, you know, it's always there.
If you're comfortable with it,
That's
don't let me tell you not to do it.
That's like plan E.
Style. How do you describe your aesthetic?
That's a good question. I'll probably just say human. Like I just be chilling. Like, you know, I just try to wake up and just
look like a human.
Yeah, just look like myself, man. Just normal dude, chill guy. Really just trying to represent. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of hard to describe myself, and guess I'm still learning. And then still in the process of trying to build it. So I feel like I don't have like a concrete answer other than just being a human, you know. And yeah, I really don't put too much effort or thought into it, for real. I'm just really into like, just showing up in the world, just having fun, man.
Just being here, dude.
Yeah.
If you've ever been here, then you know you've been here.
Yeah.
Would you rather? I'm trying to think of a good one here.
What you thinking?
Would you rather? Would you rather eat a cup of dirt?
Cup of dirt, okay.
Or a gallon of mustard.
Gallon of mustard, cup of dirt.
1 gallon. One sitting as well. For both
one
of those.
sitting, damn.
You can't save it for later.
A cup
Put it on any food.
What kind of cup? Like, I gotta know. Because a gallon of mustard is tough, but what kind of cup we talking?
Just a measuring cup.
All right. Cup of dirt, gallon of mustard. I think I might go with the cup of dirt. Yeah, I'm gonna go. The gallon of mustard is crazy. I'm not
gallon of mustard. That's a lot of mustard, dude.
Like, that's crazy, man.
That's gonna fuck your blood up.
Yeah, I might die.
You're gonna be smelling like a stale Zweigel's hot dog,
pressure.
dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the cup of dirt. How about yourself? Cup of dirt.
Probably, yeah.
Is it a cup of
It'd be
dirt
good for me.
consensus, Yogi?
I mean, you might get tetanus or something from the dirt.
Yeah, but you get a shot.
So yeah, you'd be okay. You just
alright.
eat the dirt and then just get the shot. It's
Just
okay.
eat the dirt and like urgent care, and you'll be alright.
The dirt does have minerals.
Dirt got minerals.
Yep. That's what you need.
Dr. Yogi Berry.
Did you know cows eat stones on purpose to help their digestion of grass? Because it helps grind it up.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
And I don't know if they poop them out, but that's what the Animal Channel told me.
Bro, I love Animal Channel. I'm not gonna lie.
It was amazing. You know, I think we had a great era of TV where you had like How It's Made, you had the Science Channel, you had Discovery, and you had Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon when all of the shows were busting. So like you could get an education and watch not horrible children's shows.
All at the same time.
All at the same time, yeah.
For an affordable price.
Yep. I remember on our cable box we used to have like split screen. You could like have 2 channels at once. It was funny.
I remember when you was able to like record the like TV shows for later, bro. When that hit, bro, Direct TV. If you know, bro, changed my life.
Dude, I had Spirited Away saved on my DVR for like 3 or 4 years.
Changed my life.
4 years, dude. That's crazy. I forgot that you could record the shows. Yeah. Oh my god!
So that way, if you wasn't home or if you was at school and they was premiering a special show, you know, you could just record that thing, save it for later.
Dude, bring it back. That's just a way better way to live your life.
Exactly.
Than just always being able to access whatever you want immediately.
I miss when you had to like wait for stuff. It just added anticipation and just something to live for. Like
you were going to hang out with your friends.
Yeah.
And like you got to like go through your parents. You're like, hey, I'm planning on going. Can I do a play date with blah 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 blah? And then y'all got to coordinate. I don't know. That's what it was like for me in Brockport. It was a little different.
No, it's pretty much the same thing. You got to coordinate, make sure it's cool for you to even go over their house because their parents might not even be cool with it. Like,
or
who's this extra kid?
Did you have an Xbox 360?
Yes, I did.
Oh my goodness. That was an era of the internet that was good. The good type of internet.
Man.
Yeah.
I'll never forget when I first got my system and I plugged it up just so I could play Call of Duty and hit the lobby with my friends.
Was it COD 4 or was it Modern Warfare 2?
It was Black Ops 1.
Black Ops 1? I forgot
1.
they had up to Black Ops 2, I think.
Yeah. Black Ops 1, that was the first like Call of Duty that I like was able to get on my own when I had my very first like system. That was like the first system that I had that wasn't like I had to share with someone.
Yeah.
So it was an accomplishment. You know?
Just gaming.
Yeah, gaming.
It's been like, dude, the world is your oyster.
I can play what I want.
Family Video.
You know?
Blockbuster. I used to rent hella games.
What's your favorite game of all time?
Sly Cooper.
Sly Cooper.
Sly Cooper 2.
Good choice.
Specifically.
Good choice.
Actually, I like Sly Cooper 3 too. But I played Sly. Sly Cooper 2 might be the only game that I beat in its entirety besides GTA 4, 5.
I feel like I'm obsessed with Red Dead Redemption 2.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
I played a lot of that. That was a good game.
Yeah, that's like my go-to game that's like my comfort game, one of my comfort games.
Yeah.
You know, even though I'll be going on like killing sprees via horseback.
Serial murdering.
Yeah, serial murdering via horseback. You know, it's very calming and peaceful, you know. Shout out to the creators. Shout out Rockstar.
Dude, if you could live anywhere on the earth, where would you live?
If I could live anywhere on the earth right now, where I'm gonna live.
Or in space.
Or in space. Ooh. Dang. Out of Earth. Alright, if I'm gonna go Earth, I need to be somewhere warm, but like not too warm to where like I'm gonna get hit with like a tornado. So like that's like or tsunami. Cause like those are crazy. Yeah. Imagine you just on a beach chilling and a wave just like that's crazy. So I'ma just wing it. I'ma go Brazil.
Brazil?
I don't know why Brazil, but we going in Brazil. Yeah. Shout out to Brazil if anyone's watching.
We don't have too much time left because I think I neglected to charge the other battery. It's got 2 bars of battery life, but I got to make sure I have enough battery for Negus. Dude, what? Also, question. You know Negus, right?
Shout out to Negus I Rap.
Are you like, how familiar are you with Negus?
I feel like I don't know him like too personally, but just as a creative, I've been a fan of Negus since probably like high school. Him and Scum were probably 2 of my like top favorite Rochester artists.
Yeah, we're thinking about. I want to put it. Well, me and Scotty North are putting together a show in August where Negus would be performing, Ethan would be performing, I think Essence would be performing, the Outsider performing. And then I want to get MF Scum in there.
Fire line.
I want it to be super successful. You know what I mean?
Word.
and not like I want to maybe have more events and have less people perform at the events. You know what I mean?
I feel like that's smart. So that way it gives more like focus towards like the artists.
And give people who have the ability to do long sets like you.
Word.
Like 30 to 40 to 45 minute sets. So because it's just like, you know, there's just certain artists in the town who have the skill level to do that, but they're not getting the opportunity to showcase that level of skill given the events that are available.
I definitely agree.
Yeah, I don't know. There's just certain people who I would just like a 20-minute set is not enough for them. At least give them half an hour is like an opening set for a main act. That's an hour to an hour and a half. Favorite food spot in Rochester?
Favorite food spot in Rochester? Ooh. I don't know if I want to tell people because like I be gatekeeping a little bit on the food spots, but I'm gonna let Yogi lead.
You already know, man. You know I know this topic, man. Lena, quick shout out to Lena's on East Ave.
Shout out Lena's.
You feel me? They used to be out on North Landing Road. They didn't move. They on East Ave. The best wings in the city, man. Some of the best subs. You feel me? And you know I know about it. So you know, they got 10 wings, $10 wings on Wednesdays. They do $10 large subs on Tuesdays, $10 garbage plates on Thursdays. Lena's on East Ave, man. They hold me down, man. Yo.
Yeah, and you know. Since Yogi here, if y'all interested, we gonna do like a food review type series. So yeah, make sure y'all tap in if y'all interested in that.
Yep, that's coming too. We're gonna do some Cloud Lounge food reviews, some Yogi food reviews. I don't eat pork and I don't eat seafood. So when I can't eat the stuff, I'm gonna get other members, you know, other people to come through, you know, and enjoy the food.
I can't either, bro. That's crazy.
Eat.
That's real nigga shit.
So we're gonna do some food reviews, because if you don't know, Rochester on the low, one of the best food cities in the country, man. I've been around, you know, been around a little bit, you know. I'm a little long in the tooth than my brethren, you know. So I've been around. But yeah, man, when it comes to the food, there's definitely a lot of spaces, man. You know, the Spanish food, because we got real Spanish folk up here. You know, Italian food, real good. Won't eat Pizza Hut. It's too many pizza spots.
You know what I'm saying?
You feel me?
Tap in.
We don't do, you feel me? Yeah, so you know, it's gonna be good, man. You know, Cloud Lounge, we got a bunch of content coming.